Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, all viewers. On this special chance, I would like to deliver about my hometown. That is Solo City. Please check this out. Solo, my hometown. The city of history, culture, and destination. The location. Solo is located in central Java, some 60 kilometers east of Yogyakarta. The city is well connected to other cities in Indonesia with extensive bus, train, and air links. To the west of Solo is Kemalang. To the east is Kendal, and to the north is Kemusu. My family. I was born in Jakarta, but my parents came from Central Java. They mostly lived in Pekalongan, but eventually stayed in Solo, Yogyakarta, even in other cities. My big family spread in most of big cities in Java, include West Java and East Java. So, we were accustomed to Javanese culture, and Solo is one of family heritage city of ours. Historically, the Kasunanan Kingdom was the true heir of the Mataram Sultanate, which ruled the whole Java from the 16th century to the late 17th century. In 1745, the Sultanate moved its court to Solo. However, by the end 18th century, it had suffered from internal court intrigues, rebellions, and foreign manipulation by the VOC, the Dutch East India Company. In 1755, the Sultanate was split, with the Kasunanan Kingdom ruled by the reigning sovereign or Pakubuwono II based in Solo, and the Yogyakarta Sultanate, led by the rebel Prince Mangkubumi, later Sultan Hamengkubuwono I, in Yogyakarta. Later, in 1757, another rebel prince named Raden Mas Said formed the Mangkunegaran Principality. The move was motivated by the disappointment of the prince with the king, who had collaborated with the VOC. During the following Dutch colonial rule, the kingdom's term as Volkstenlanden in Dutch, or Land of the Princess, enjoyed a certain degree of autonomy and were recognized as vassal states of the Dutch Empire, much like the princely states of British India. After independence, however, unlike Jogja, the two kingdoms lost their autonomy and ruled over the city due to the political reason. The culture. World Heritage in Solo City. Keris. Keris is one of the world cultural heritages in Solo. Keris was designated by UNESCO as a World Heritage in 2005. The city of Solo has an important role in the development of Keris in this country. Starting from the royal era, Keris Pengging Jenggala, Tunjung Seta until the era of the Surakarta Place. Until now, Solo had a center for making keris, namely in Besalen. In Besalen, we can see and learn how to make keris for exports, and we can explore the history behind the keris, the philosophy and strengths inside of the keris. Batik. Cultural heritage in Solo, besides keris, is batik. Batik was declared by UNESCO as one of the World Heritages on October 2, 2009. all the things related to batik there are in Solo, starting from design, manufacturing process, packaging to the production process to become clothes or other products. Sangiran. Sangiran is an archaeological site that has been recognized by UNESCO as a World Heritage since 1996. Sangiran has many interesting mysteries to reveal. On this site, there are many remains of ancient human life, about habitat, ways of life, animals that lived at that time, and landscape that existed in the era 2 million years ago. The interesting in this place, based on research, is ancient human discovery is Homo erectus. More than 100 ancient humans evolved no less than 1 million years. The number of these ancient human fossils represents 65% of ancient human fossils found in Indonesia and represents 50% of similar ancient fossils were found. Wayang. Wayang is one of the cultural heritage that Solo has. Wayang Show was declared by UNESCO as a cultural heritage since November 7, 2003, as a high value and awesome cultural in the field of narrative stories. One of the Wayang shows that have been around for a long time, 100 years ago, is Wayang Wong Sriwedari. Besides being an interesting attraction, it's also interesting of learning from behind the stage. The audience can engage in a direct dialogue with the people. Wayang Wong players after the show. They can find out more about wayang and stories that are played. The visit Solo becomes even more complete if you also visit and see the process of making wayang kulit from several areas around of Soloraya such as Sidoarjo Village, Klaten, and the Wayang Museum in Wuryantoro, Wonogiri. There are some special cuisine that most people like in Solo. Timblo. This shooting bowl of savory soup is rich in vegetables and proteins, so it would definitely calm that growling stomach. A bowl of hot timblo soup contains clear broth that is bombarded with a type of fried chicken egg roll cut into pieces, telur pindang or sweet hard-boiled egg, boiled mushrooms, pureed vegetables, chicken innards, and a sprinkle of fresh crispy Asian shallots. Nasi liwet. Nasi liwet is a tasty rice dish comprised of various side dishes which will make your mouth water. Although some other regions also have their own version of nasi liwet, the one in Solo is the best there is. The savory rice is cooked in coconut milk, chicken broth, bay leaves, and lemongrass, making it quite a tasty treat on its own. It is then accompanied by a flavorsome array of side dishes, which include omelette or pindang egg or hard-boiled egg cooked in sweet sauce, shredded chicken cooked in coconut milk, spicy pumpkin stew, and areh or thick coconut sauce. The destination. Margoyoso. Margoyoso is located in the mountains area of Karanganyar Regency, which means it has a cool climate. Places to see include the Kemuning Tea Plantation, Sumilir Valley, Katresnan Valley, Timber Valley, and Mount Chilik, all of which offer panoramic views of the area's natural beauty. Explore the area by following one of its many hiking trails, or soak in Margoyoso's history with a visit to several candi or temples, including Candi Suku, Candi Keto, and Candi Ketek. Kraton Surakarta or Surakarta Place. Kraton Surakarta or Surakarta Place is a unique historical building that was designed with the help of Sultan Hamengkubuwono I, who was also one of the main designers behind the Yogyakarta Place. After paying a small entrance fee, visitors have access to the museum, be allowed to pose for pictures with place guard and see historical horse-drawn carriage. Pasar Klewer. In addition to cultural tourism, the city of Solo is also famous for shopping tourism. One of the shopping activities that cannot be missed is shopping at Pasar Klewer or Klewer Market. Klewer Market is the biggest batik market in Indonesia. Klewer Market is a market that provides a wide range of batik fabrics, starting from printed batik cotton for cheap one until the silk batik worth millions of rupiah are available here. Here you can buy clothes at a low price because Klewer Market is a wholesaler market. Klewer Market is not only as an economic hub but also a shopping destination. Pasar Klewer. In addition to cultural tourism, the city of Solo is also famous for shopping tourism. One of the shopping activities that cannot be missed is shopping at Pasar Klewer or Klewer Market. Klewer Market is the biggest batik market in Indonesia. Klewer Market is a market that provides a wide range of batik fabrics, starting from printed batik cotton for the cheap one until the silk batik worth millions of rupees are available here. Here you can buy clothes at a low price because Klewer Market is a wholesaler market. Klewer Market is not only as an economic hub but also a shopping destination. Pasar Triwindu. Pasar Triwindu is the antique or flea market of Solo. The market is located in the city center and is heaven for people who are interested in antiques or Japanese daggers, letters, puppets, decorations, etc. Of course, you do have to be careful when shopping here. Just like Jalan Surabaya in Jakarta, there are a lot of fake products sold here. Still, shopping in Pasar Triwindu is an enjoyable experience. Exploring Pasar Triwindu feels just like walking through a museum. The market is relatively tidy and clean. It is quite nice for window shopping, or just taking some photos and just enjoying an afternoon stroll if you are looking for things to do in Solo. Lawean Batik Village. If you are in search of classic batik, then you need to visit Lawean Batik Village. This village is famous for its history. In the past, a lot of wealthy batik businessmen lived here. Visiting Lawean feels a tiny bit like you are stepping back into the past. You can walk through the small alleys, see old spots or buildings that are very attractive and also do a bit of boutique shopping. When you visit Lawean, you can learn how to make batik, see how batik is created and do some batik shopping. Grand Mosque Kraton Surakarta. The Old Mosque or Masjid Agung Kraton Surakarta is one of the most famous landmarks in Solo. I remember visiting it often when I stopped by to see my relatives in Surakarta during my childhood. The mosque has a traditional Javanese design and the interior is large, airy and spacious. Jaladhara Steam Train. If you are driving along Slamet Riyadi Road, you can miss the old railway of Sepur Klutuk Jaladhara. Locals usually call it the Jaladhara Steam Train. It's a traditional steam train from the colonial era and it's painted black. You can still ride on the train. The journey starts from Purwasari station and cuts across the city of Surakarta, ending at Sangkra station. Early reservation is needed if you want to ride the train, which is already more than 100 years ago. Suku Cheto and Waterfalls. Suku and Cheto temples were my favorite places to visit around Solo. The temples are located at the foot of Mount Lawu, about 1,000 meters above sea level. The temperature at this altitude is cool and views are amazing. I'd really suggest visiting Cheto Temple. Cheto Temple has the same traditional design as you see in the temples in Bali. If you decide to visit Karanganyar area for the Suku and Cheto Temple, you should also visit Jumok Waterfall and or Sewu Waterfall or Grojogan Sewu Tawamangu. The best time to visit these waterfalls is during the rainy season. That is a little view about Solo, my hometown. Please visit Solo as soon as the pandemic over. Take care of yourself and have a nice day. See you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.